think fries and soda are the biggest threat to your heart? Think again. The real danger might be what you've been told is good for you, and it's already in your home. You might be slowly eating your way into heart failure, and no one is warning you. This might surprise you. The greatest threat to your heart health could be sitting quietly in your fridge, hidden behind a healthy label. It's not burgers, fries, or sugary soda. It's not even fast food. The danger is more subtle, more deceptive, and far more common. It's hiding in your kitchen, in your salad bowl, in your vegetable drawer. It's disguised as health food, but it's anything but. We're talking about vegetables. Yes, vegetables, but not the good kind. There are 5 specific vegetables that, despite their reputation, could be quietly damaging the hearts of millions of seniors each day. These vegetables, consumed regularly by people over 60, are doing far more harm than good. They can raise your blood pressure, trigger irregular heartbeats, damage your red blood cells, and in some cases, even starve your heart of the oxygen it desperately needs to function. The symptoms? You've probably felt them: fatigue, dizziness, shortness of breath, palpitations. And like most people, you may have chalked it up to getting older. But what if age isn't the problem? What if your dinner is to blame? Here in the United States, heart disease claims over 2,500 lives every single day, making it the #1 killer year after year. And shockingly, many seniors are unknowingly increasing their risk with every healthy meal they prepare. One vegetable on this list, the one we ranked #3, has been clinically linked to a 78% spike in heart failure risk for people over 60. And yes, it's probably in your kitchen right now. In this video, we'll expose the 5 vegetables every senior should stop eating immediately. And we won't just scare you. We'll give you science-backed, heart-healing replacements that actually improve your cardiovascular function instead of harming it. Every recommendation we share is supported by real, peer-reviewed research. And we've linked all references in the description below for those who want to dig deeper. Before we jump in, do us a quick favor. Drop a comment below and let us know where in the world you're watching from. We read every single comment, and if you need guidance or have questions about your diet or health, we're happy to reply with tips and resources. Now let's get started. Brace yourself, because these first few might surprise you. Let's begin with the vegetable that takes the #5 spot on our list. Number 5, canned tomatoes, a hidden hazard in your favorite meals. You'll find them everywhere, in spaghetti sauce, stews, chili, casseroles, even on your pizza. Canned tomatoes are a kitchen staple in millions of homes, and they're often considered a healthy, convenient option. But if you're over 60 or have any kind of cardiovascular issue, this pantry staple may be silently contributing to serious heart problems. Here's why. Canned tomatoes come with 2 massive risks: excessive sodium and BPA contamination. Let's start with the salt. According to the Journal of Clinical Hypertension, more than 70% of sodium in a senior's diet doesn't come from table salt. It comes from canned and processed foods. And canned tomatoes are among the worst offenders. Just 1 cup of canned tomatoes can contain over 450 milligrams of sodium. That's almost 1/3 of the American Heart Association's recommended daily sodium limit in just 1 serving. And let's be honest, most people don't stop at 1 serving. When too much sodium builds up in the bloodstream, it causes your body to retain water, increasing the volume of blood that your heart needs to pump. This added pressure places enormous stress on your arterial walls and your heart muscle, leading to hypertension, thickening of the heart, and a dramatically increased risk of stroke and heart failure. But the sodium is only half the story. There's another threat hiding in the lining of most tomato cans, a chemical called BPA, bisphenol A. BPA is a synthetic compound known as an endocrine disruptor, which means it mimics hormones in your body, particularly estrogen, and interferes with the way your blood vessels expand and contract. This is a serious issue, especially for seniors. As we age, the flexibility of our blood vessels naturally declines. Add BPA to the mix, and you're looking at a significant increase in arrhythmias, inflammation, and even oxidative stress within the heart muscle itself. A 2021 study published in Environmental Health Perspectives found that individuals with higher BPA levels had a 46% higher risk of heart disease. If that person already had hypertension or prediabetes, their risk doubled. And tomatoes, being naturally acidic, make the situation worse. Acid pulls BPA from the can's lining directly into your food. That means every time you open a can of tomatoes, heat it up, and pour it into your pasta, you're getting more BPA than the label could ever warn you about. If you've ever felt jittery, lightheaded, or had heart flutters after pasta night, this could be why. Here's what you can do. Swap canned tomatoes for fresh, vine-ripened tomatoes whenever possible. If you must store them, look for glass jars or BPA-free cartons. Better yet, make your own tomato sauce at home using fresh tomatoes, extra virgin olive oil, and garlic. Ingredients that are scientifically proven to lower blood pressure and strengthen arterial walls. Number 4. Sweet corn, the sugar bomb in disguise. It's bright, yellow, and served everywhere, from backyard barbecues to frozen veggie blends and restaurant soups. Corn is often seen as a natural, healthy vegetable, but the truth is, sweet corn can be a metabolic disaster for older adults. Let's break it down. While it may technically be a vegetable, sweet corn behaves more like a grain, and not a particularly heart-friendly one. It's loaded with fast-digesting starches and sugars, which flood your bloodstream with glucose just minutes after eating. Just 1 cup of sweet corn delivers roughly 24 grams of carbohydrates, most of it coming from simple starches. That's the sugar equivalent of a slice of cake, but hidden inside something that looks healthy. According to a study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, high post-meal blood sugar spikes, even in people who don't have diabetes, are a major contributor to endothelial damage, which affects the inner lining of your blood vessels. Once that lining is inflamed, it becomes sticky, attracting LDL cholesterol and calcium, which kickstarts the process of arterial hardening. This condition, known as arterial calcification, has been linked to a 53% increase in heart attacks and strokes, especially in seniors who already struggle with insulin resistance or high triglycerides. The problem with corn doesn't stop there. In the United States, most corn is genetically modified and sprayed heavily with glyphosate, a chemical herbicide that's now being studied for its long-term effects on the human microbiome. Glyphosate damages the gut lining, leading to a condition called leaky gut, or metabolic endotoxemia, where toxins seep into your bloodstream, triggering chronic inflammation throughout your body. That inflammation doesn't just affect your joints or digestion, it hits your arteries, causing them to stiffen and become less responsive to changes in blood pressure. And let's not forget, corn is hiding in plain sight. Corn syrup, cornstarch, corn oil, even some heart-healthy frozen veggie blends use corn as a filler. Your body doesn't treat corn the way it treats leafy greens. It processes it like a high glycemic grain, spiking your insulin levels and setting off a cascade of inflammation. If you've noticed feeling sluggish, bloated, or unusually sleepy after a corn-heavy meal, that's your blood sugar telling you something's wrong. What to eat instead? Replace sweet corn with low-starch vegetables like zucchini, broccoli, or cauliflower. These foods are rich in fiber and antioxidants. Don't spike your glucose levels, and actively protect your arteries rather than inflame them. Number 3, fava beans, the stealth saboteur of your blood and heart. Fava beans may sound like a smart, protein-rich choice, often praised for their fiber, folate, and nutrient density. But for many older adults, fava beans can be dangerously toxic, even life-threatening. The hidden threat is a condition called favism, which occurs in individuals with a genetic enzyme deficiency known as G6PD deficiency, short for glucose-6-phosphate dehydrogenase. Approximately 400 million people worldwide have this deficiency, and many have no idea they carry it. Here's the terrifying part. When someone with G6PD deficiency eats fava beans, their red blood cells come under attack from oxidative stress, leading to a breakdown process called hemolysis. Red blood cells are responsible for transporting oxygen throughout your body, especially to your heart. When they start breaking down, your oxygen supply crashes. This sudden drop can lead to chest pain, palpitations, arrhythmias, and in severe cases, heart failure, particularly in older adults who already have weakened cardiovascular systems. The American Journal of Hematology reports that symptoms of favism, including fatigue, dark urine, jaundice, racing heart rate, and shortness of breath, can appear within 6 to 24 hours of consuming fava beans. And because these symptoms resemble age-related fatigue or anemia, they often go undiagnosed. Repeated exposure to fava beans in those with G6PD deficiency can lead to chronic anemia, which places continuous strain on the heart muscle and raises the risk of ischemic heart disease by up to 61%, according to a 2020 study in cardiovascular hematology. But the risks don't stop there. Even in people without this enzyme deficiency, fava beans contain vicine and convicine, compounds that generate free radicals, which can damage the vascular lining, trigger inflammation, and reduce the elasticity of your arteries. If you've ever felt weak, breathless, or lightheaded after eating fava beans or dishes that include them, like Mediterranean dips or stews, don't ignore it. Ask your doctor about a G6PD test. It's a simple blood test that can potentially save your life. Safer options. Avoid fava beans unless you've tested negative for G6PD deficiency. For safe plant-based protein, go for lentils, chickpeas, or mung beans, all of which offer excellent nutrition without the cardiovascular risks. Number 2. Celery. The crunchy snack that can quietly undermine your heart. You've heard it your whole life. Celery is good for you. It's low in calories, crunchy, hydrating, and often praised as the perfect diet food. But here's a truth that many health-conscious seniors haven't been told. Celery can quietly disrupt cardiovascular function, especially as we age. On the surface, celery looks innocent. It's 95% water, virtually fat-free, and frequently included in heart-healthy diets. But here's the twist. Celery is naturally high in sodium, not the kind you shake onto your food, but the kind that's built into the plant itself. And that sodium still affects your blood pressure. Just 2 large stalks of celery, barely a full serving, can contain over 100 milligrams of sodium. That might not sound like much, but the numbers add up quickly, especially if you're juicing it, adding it to soups and stews, or snacking on it daily. For older adults, particularly those already dealing with salt sensitivity, blood pressure medications, or kidney function decline, this natural sodium matters a lot. According to the journal Hypertension, older individuals with salt sensitivity can experience a blood pressure spike of up to 20 points, following even a modest sodium increase. And that includes sodium from natural sources like celery. But celery's problems go deeper than salt. It also acts as a natural diuretic, meaning it increases urine output. That might sound beneficial, helping to flush excess fluids and toxins. But in seniors, especially those on diuretics or heart medications, this can lead to electrolyte imbalances, most notably low potassium. And low potassium is no small issue. It's a direct threat to your cardiovascular system. The American Heart Association warns that insufficient potassium disrupts normal heart rhythms, causes painful muscle cramping, and weakens the myocardial contractions your heart needs to pump blood efficiently. In fact, older adults with low potassium levels are twice as likely to develop atrial fibrillation, a dangerous, irregular heartbeat linked to stroke and heart failure. So, if you're drinking celery juice every morning, tossing chopped stalks into every salad, or reaching for it as a guilt-free snack throughout the day, thinking it's harmless, you could unknowingly be priming your heart for arrhythmias or worse. But that's not where the danger ends. Celery is also on the Environmental Working Group's Dirty Dozen list, which ranks produce with the highest pesticide contamination. Celery often contains organophosphates and endocrine-disrupting compounds, many of which are linked to cardiovascular dysfunction, irregular heart rhythms, and inflammation of the vascular lining. Even thorough washing isn't a foolproof solution. Studies show that these chemicals are often absorbed deep into the stalk, not just lingering on the surface. That means even organic celery might not be entirely risk-free if consumed in excess. A smarter choice: replace celery with raw cucumber slices or bell pepper strips. Both are hydrating, crunchy, and incredibly low in sodium. Even better, cucumbers are rich in potassium and silica, 2 nutrients that support blood vessel flexibility and reduce arterial stiffness. A 2021 study in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that older adults who added cucumber to their diet experienced improved blood pressure stability and better hydration at night, both critical factors for heart health. Number 1. Pickled vegetables, the most dangerous health food for your heart. They're tangy, flavorful, and often marketed as digestive superstars. Pickled beets, pickled cabbage, and other fermented vegetables are showing up in everything from gourmet sandwiches to trendy gut health diets. But here's what you're not hearing. Pickled vegetables can become a cardiovascular nightmare, especially for aging bodies. Let's be clear, the vegetables themselves aren't the problem. It's the pickling process that transforms these foods into salt and acid-laden traps for your heart. Pickled foods are typically preserved in brines made of salt, vinegar, and sugar. While this helps extend shelf life and add flavor, It also introduces a dangerous concentration of sodium and acetic acid, a mix that can overwhelm your body's regulatory systems as you age. Just half a cup of pickled beets can contain nearly 400 milligrams of sodium. Certain pickled cabbage dishes, like sauerkraut, can pack over 500 milligrams of sodium in just a few forkfuls. That's up to 1/3 of your daily recommended sodium limit in just a few bites. The issue is compounded by aging kidneys, which lose efficiency over time. When your kidneys can't filter sodium as effectively, sodium remains in the bloodstream, raising blood volume, vascular pressure, and eventually placing strain on your heart's left ventricle. A 2019 study in hypertension revealed that older adults on high-sodium diets had a 67% increased risk of developing left ventricular hypertrophy, a thickening of the heart's main pumping chamber that can lead directly to heart failure. But sodium is only half the story. Pickled foods are also rich in acetic acid found in vinegar. While acetic acid in small, occasional doses may aid digestion, frequent exposure, especially through daily consumption of pickled vegetables, stimulates a sympathetic nervous system response that raises resting heart rate and boosts circulating adrenaline. In older adults, this creates an environment where the heart is constantly under stress, even at rest. According to the Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors who regularly consume pickled vegetables were significantly more likely to experience nocturnal blood pressure spikes, which are known predictors of sudden cardiac events and sleep-related arrhythmias. It gets worse. Pickled foods consumed at dinner, a common practice, can disrupt sleep by elevating cortisol and stimulating kidney function during the night. This disrupts your body's deep sleep cycle and leads to restless nights, irregular heart rhythms, and increased morning fatigue. In the case of pickled cabbage, fermentation releases histamines compounds that dilate blood vessels. In sensitive individuals, especially seniors, this can lead to dizziness, headaches, and fluttery heart rhythms. If you've ever felt anxious, dehydrated, or suffered heart palpitations after a sour, salty dinner, this might be the reason. The truth: fermented foods are not a one-size-fits-all solution. While they might benefit younger, healthy guts, they often cause more harm than good in older adults with fragile cardiovascular systems. A better option: swap pickled vegetables for raw or lightly steamed options. For example, slice up fresh beets and toss them in lemon juice and extra virgin olive oil. You'll still get the heart-healthy nitrates that help open blood vessels, without the massive sodium load. According to a 2019 meta-analysis in the Journal of Nutrition, seniors who consumed raw or lightly cooked beets saw their systolic blood pressure drop by 4.7 points, without the side effects associated with pickling. Safer alternatives. What to eat instead for a stronger, healthier heart? So now you may be wondering, if these common vegetables can be risky, what should I eat instead? Don't worry. For every dangerous veggie on this list, there's a powerful, nutrient-dense alternative that supports, not strains, your heart. Instead of canned tomatoes, go for fresh, vine-ripened tomatoes cooked in olive oil. The olive oil increases absorption of lycopene, a powerful antioxidant shown to reduce arterial inflammation and lower bad cholesterol. A 2016 study in Nutrients found that seniors who ate tomatoes prepared this way had significantly reduced levels of C-reactive protein, a key marker of cardiovascular inflammation. Instead of sweet corn, switch to steamed cauliflower. It has a similar mild flavor, but without the sugar spike. Cauliflower is rich in sulforaphane, a compound that supports arterial flexibility and fights oxidative stress. A 2020 study in Circulation Research found that cruciferous vegetables reduced arterial plaque by up to 36%. Instead of fava beans, try green lentils. They're loaded with potassium, magnesium, and plant-based protein without the dangerous risk of red blood cell breakdown in those with G6PD deficiency. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that seniors who ate lentils 3 times per week saw an average blood pressure reduction of 7 points within 8 weeks. Instead of celery, reach for raw cucumber slices. Add a pinch of sea salt and a splash of apple cider vinegar if you want the same bite. Cucumbers are naturally hydrating, low in sodium, and rich in minerals like silica and potassium, which support smooth blood flow and balanced electrolyte levels. A 2021 study in Frontiers in Aging showed that cucumber snacks improved nighttime heart rate variability, an important marker of heart resilience. Instead of pickled beets or cabbage, go with fresh beets tossed in lemon and olive oil. You'll still get their nitrate-rich cardiovascular benefits, but without the sodium and acidity overload. Lemon enhances absorption of antioxidants like betalains, and olive oil helps stabilize blood sugar and maintain healthy blood pressure, especially during sleep. Final thoughts. Your heart isn't just beating, it's responding to what you eat. If you're over 60, it's time to think beyond just calories or carbs. It's time to look at how the foods you eat affect your metabolism, your vascular system, your electrolyte balance, and your heartbeat. The 5 vegetables we covered today aren't bad for everyone, but for older adults, they can become silent threats that chip away at heart health meal after meal. The solution isn't fear, it's awareness. Now we want to hear from you. Have you been eating any of these vegetables regularly? Which one surprised you the most? Drop a comment below. We read and respond to each one with personalized tips if you ask for them. And if this video opened your eyes or helped you think differently about what's on your plate, go ahead and tap the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We've got more science-backed videos on the way that could transform your health. Not just your heart, but your muscles, brain, metabolism, and beyond. Take care of your heart. It's the only one you've got.